Welcome back to Plot Parade, where we delve deep into the twists and turns of your favorite movies. Today, we're unraveling the enigmatic thriller Shutter Island, directed by the masterful Martin Scorsese. Join us as we navigate the labyrinth of a Shutcliffe hospital and uncover the chilling secrets hidden within its walls. A patient named Rachel had escaped the previous day, prompting U.S. Marshals Edward Teddy Daniels and Chuck Aule to be summoned to Shutter Island, a federal mental facility for the criminally ill. Teddy's family perished in an apartment fire many years ago.
Electrified perimeter.
Ted Levine plays the deputy warden, McPherson. The most dangerous patients are in Building C, and the Marshals are instructed not to leave without McPherson and Dr. Cawley in tow. Males and ladies are housed in separate buildings. They encounter Dr. Cawley, who explains that while one faction treats patients with surgical methods like lobotomies, another faction treats patients with new psychiatric medications. He clarifies that Rachel killed 3 of her children and just thought they were still alive. She mistook all of the professionals for neighbors and believed the children were at the hospital. Teddy is not allowed to see Crawley's personnel files. They discover a letter asking, "Where is number 67?" in Rachel's room. It is revealed during the staff meeting that Rachel's doctor, Shaheen, has just left for vacation. Teddy is enraged.
Do you have the phone number for where he's gone?
Teddy often has flashbacks to his experience as a soldier in World War II, and during their private conversations, his late wife Dolores Michelle Williams counsels him.
Jesus, are you ever sober anymore?
Teddy's squad, carrying a dead woman and her dead daughter in her arms, was the first to arrive into the concentration camp Dachau. Additionally, Teddy kicks the gun away, causing the German commander to bleed to death, and the commander attempts suicide by shooting himself but lives. Teddy acknowledges that he killed all of the Nazi camp guards in cold blood. Dr. Cawley's supervisor is Dr. Nearing. Teddy doesn't like this German dude. Teddy becomes irate when he informs him that he won't be sharing personnel records.
Bullshit!
Speaking with other patients implies that they receive coaching. In his notebook, a patient writes the word "run." Rachel's main problem, according to Cawley, was her inability to acknowledge what she had done. She had been using narcotics to dull her mind. Teddy tells Chuck that after Lattice, the arsonist who destroyed his building with fire, was sent to Shutter, he felt that he should check himself into a psychiatric hospital. However, no paperwork is present. Additionally, he discovered George Noyce, a prisoner who had been transported here, and he informed Teddy about the studies.
Turn it into a goddamn hurricane!
Subsequently, McPherson requests that they discard their damp business clothes and change into patient whites.
We're on an island in the middle of the ocean during a hurricane. A lot of fun.
Teddy is informed by Cawley that Rachel has been located. Teddy's migraine is treated with different smokes and medications. Teddy sees Lattice, played by Elise Cotillas, in Crawley's chair in a dream. Lattice's left side of his chin is scarred, extending from his right eye. Another time, after killing all of her children, she begs Teddy to get rid of them. In another, Teddy is asked why he didn't save her by her daughter Rachel, who has now replaced the deceased Hebrew.
Why didn't you save me?
Lattice is still on Shutter. His wife informs him when she shows up.
Lattice isn't dead.
The patient cell doors were all left open when the backup generators malfunctioned the following day. Chuck and Teddy enter Building C. When Teddy finds George Noyes, he informs him that forgetting his wife and Letus is the only way he can save Noyes.
Fucking with your head.
And I told you it was from happy.
Noyes informs him that Letus is being brought to the lighthouse, where a lobotomy is scheduled to be performed, and that he is no longer in the C building. Chuck talks Teddy out of going to the lighthouse.
You brought me into this, boss. And now we're trapped. Going with you, boss. I said alone.
Teddy continues and discovers that the lighthouse is no longer connected to the mainland due to the tide. He discovers a cave containing a woman who introduces herself as Aule. She claims to be a medical professional who opposed lobotomies, which let patients forget their suffering and their history. Teddy was asking too many questions about what was happening at Shutter, so she threatens to have him committed by declaring him mad and orders him to stop receiving food, medication, and cigarettes from the hospital.
Tell me what goes on in that lighthouse.
Chuck!
Teddy is unable to locate Chuck, and Cawley informs him that he arrived on the island by himself.
You don't have a partner, Marshal. You came here alone.
Once more, his spouse shows up and begs him not to visit the lighthouse. In an attempt to free Chuck, whom he believes has been abducted for mental experimentation, Teddy blasts up Cawley's car and sneaks into the lighthouse. After searching every room, he discovers that there are no operating rooms for surgical operations. He discovers Cawley inside, carrying the gun Teddy checked in.
You blew up my car. I really loved it.
Teddy is informed by Cawley that Shutter has been his patient for 24 months and that the hospital has been staging a fictitious event to help Teddy come to terms with the reality.
Considering she's not real.
When he calls for Dr. Sheehan, Chuck answers.
I'm Lester Sheehan.
He consented to monitor Teddy and to go along with his fantasy. Teddy is informed by Dr. Cawley that Edward Daniels is an anagram and that Andrew Letus is his true name. The same is true for his wife Dolores Channel and Rachel Solando. Teddy, according to Cawley, invented this other world in order to hide from the crime he is unable to acknowledge. In addition, he claims that 2 weeks ago, Teddy injured orderlies and Noyes, and that the board of directors decided to have Teddy removed from life if he didn't stop using violence right away. For this reason, Cawley created the roleplay in order to disprove Teddy's theories about the conspiracy and force him to embrace reality. Dolores, his wife, suffered from manic depression, and Teddy disregarded every counsel. He relocated to a lake cottage where she drowned his children after she set fire to his flat.
Please, God! No!
Teddy fired a shot at her. Teddy is forced by Cawley to acknowledge his guilt for not seeing his wife's problems sooner, in that he feels accountable for his children's deaths for not seeking assistance from her when she needed it. He invented a make-believe universe in which he never killed his wife and never experienced a breakdown. Cawley informs him that although they had previously made progress with Andrew, he had relapsed.
Who's Teddy Daniels?
He doesn't exist. She murdered our children. He tried to help me when no one else would.
Teddy has regressed, as seen by his conversation with Chuck the following morning about leaving the island. Chuck gestures toward a lobotomy. Teddy says he is leaving on his own volition because he cannot bear the reality.
To live is a monster. To die is a good man.
And so, as the credits roll on Shutter Island, we're left to ponder the mysteries of the human mind and the thin line between sanity and madness. Join us next time on Plot Parade as we delve into more cinematic thrills and spills. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all the latest updates. Until next time, happy viewing!